So, Charlie, what has happened?
Well, we're in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. We have this little place called the Artist Residence. Gotta say, it's a bit shitty. So arrived yesterday, we left Lombok at 8 AM, went to Kuala Lumpur, waited 6 hours, then got on a delayed plane from Kuala Lumpur to Phnom Penh. And as we got to the airport, Rosie's bag came out and I just stood there, and my bag never came out. So eventually, reluctantly, I went to Lost and Found, and they said, oh yeah, Kuala Lumpur sent your bag to Thailand. And I was like, oh, okay. But the worst thing is, because when you travel, they pump the aircon, I was wearing long trousers, a long sleeve top and a fleece, and that's all I have to wear.
So Charlie, what are you wearing now?
I'm wearing Rosie's shorts, Rosie's t-shirt. You should see her underwear I'm wearing. They're not very comfy. But I've just luckily called the people, because all they left the airport with is this piece of paper. They just said, oh yeah, call us tomorrow and we might find your bag. Like, maybe. And I was like, oh, that's cool, because only everything I own. So I've arrived at the airport. That was like a 30-minute drive in the rickshaw. It wasn't too bad, but now I've got to find my way around the airport, find my bag, and then work out how I'm gonna get back. So I've just got back to the hotel and it was a palaver getting to the bags. Got an app called Pass App, it's kind of like a Grab. They have Grab here, but it's a bit cheaper. So I've done that and it cost me 12,700 to get to the airport. So Rosie and I have just worked out that's about £2.50, say, to get to the airport, which is bloody cheap. So I go to the airport, go in, get my bag, easy peasy. They're like, yeah, there you go, sign for it, cool. I get out of the airport and what Rosie had tasked me with was to get some cash out, but I'm so happy to get my bag. I sit down, about to get the app out, and I get swamped by a group of taxi guys. I'm like, no, I'm good. And then they just sit next to me and like lean over me, and I'm like getting a bit like, oh. And they're like, oh, $10. You can get $10 there. And I was like, I paid less last night. What are you on about? It's like, I don't live in a condo, I've got to survive. And I was like, I don't live in a condo. I'm technically homeless right now. So, anyway, I go $9, let's just go, because I want to get out of here, have a shower and get changed. We get outside the place and I only have a $20 because I forgot to get cash out. I go, all right, let's get $20. He has no change, shock. So I try in the cafe below us, they won't split it. I try another cafe up the road, they won't split it. So I go, oh, just take me to Mini C, which is like a mini mart around the corner, they've got an ATM. So I try the ATM twice on Rosie's card and my card, and it won't give me any US dollars. So I go into the shop and I go, right, if I buy a can of Coke and a bottle of water, they can split the $20. I can't find the $20 I had. I thought I've lost it. I go, right, well, the machine, I'll maybe get their money out, which is Cambodian Real. Problem is, the smallest denomination it'll give me is 50,000 Real. So I give it to the guy, which works out he gets about £13 for this journey. So he's got a £13 journey on the way back when I paid £2.50 on the way there. And I found the $20. I'd left it in the bloody rickshaw.
bargained a little bit less, but it's only $10. And also had an absolute mare trying to get money out of the bank.
How many ATMs did we go to? Maybe 5?
5 ATMs, none of them wanted to work. So what you want to do is you want to go to an ATM, get out how much to the 100. So we got $200 out, and then you have to go to a bank. So we went to Bread Bank.
Bread.
And then you basically have to ask them to give you change from that. So she was like, yeah, and she gave me loads of 20s and 10s. So
it's our first full day of exploring Phnom Penh today. So yesterday was the shit show of finding my bags, going around everywhere to try and get cash that didn't work, having a really bad lunch in a mall, and then just staying in the evening. So today, first stop is the National Museum, then we've got the Grand Palace, Royal Palace, same thing, a monument and a statue. So we'll see how it goes. We always have grand plans for the days, but we'll get to the museum first because it closes at 11:30 and it's currently like 10, so we'll see how that goes.
we've just been to the National Museum of Cambodia. Yeah, it was alright. I probably wouldn't say it was worth $10 each.
I think with it being $10 just for entry, and it's one of those museums where it's basically like you pretty much got to buy the audio guide or a guide, because so like most of the exhibits have just like 4 words, so it'd be like name what it's made of. So it's a lot of statues and that, so it's not like you're reading loads of information. There's a couple of points where you've got a little bit of information written down, but it's a lot of just not knowing what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's really nice looking at like all the statues and artifacts and whatnot, but I would probably say like $2 would be like
I think
perfect amount.
I think that'd be I think that would be a better price.
Yeah,
it's got a nice little courtyard and a restaurant. We didn't eat there, but it's nice. But
yeah, and you can't record any, but there's like loads of security guards, so I was like, oh, I won't record, and then got to a point at the end where I was like, no, I'm gonna record because everyone else is taking pictures.
This is Independence Monument, and it was erected to celebrate the liberation of the country from the French. They ruled Cambodia for like nearly a century. It was like 1863 to 1953, I think, 54. It's right in the centre of Phnom Penh on like a really busy roundabout, so you can't get too close because there's just so much traffic around it. It is really nice, but it's just like off centre. So if you're really into symmetry and love like the aesthetics of everything being perfect, don't come here for too long or it'll drive you crazy.
We've just walked from the monument, which is just down there, to here, and this is the statue of King King Norodom Sihanouk, and I'm probably saying that totally wrong, bear with me.
We'll put that on the screen there, here.
And he, again, also helped liberate the country from the French, so relatively similar to the Independence Monument, but this is just for him and him only.
royal palace, and what they've still got, which is strange, that we haven't had to wear anywhere else in Cambodia, is like a mask enforcement.
Which Charlie has currently backwards.
That's all right. They don't sell them here, so there's loads of like people outside selling the masks. They're about 1,000 real. Is it real? 1,000 real each. So you've got to buy one of these. Obviously you've got to be covered up in the heat. So long trousers. Rosie's got like a shirt on over. But the entrance price as well is like $10 each. So I don't know yet if it's going to be worth $20 for both of us. We've got a little map and we'll see how it goes. I'm checking in a sec.
Proper annoyed. Look, there's tour guides not even wearing masks. There's other people not wearing masks. Fuck it.
Oh, fuck the system.
Yeah. It's bloody hot. Look at my stash. Got it.
There's also a massive bit of construction going on, so the whole tranquility of the area is kind of interrupted by drills and saws every couple of minutes, which is a bit of a shame, but it's just it's how it rolls sometimes.
So we didn't actually update you on how the Royal Palace was. So it was $10 per person. Again, we'd probably say it wasn't worth that. Comparison to the Grand Palace in Bangkok, there's like no comparison basically. It's a bit more run down, the Cambodian one, but obviously it's still worth going if it was a bit cheaper. Yeah.